Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all fantastic. What you just heard was a very quick little loop that I put together with this PRS SE2408 that I've got on loan from the wonderful people at Electric Factory here in Australia. Shout out to Matt for making this and the PRS SE Mark Holcomb 7-string video that I did recently happen. Absolute champion. Basically, the clip that you heard there, I took this guitar out of the box and out of the gig bag. I tuned it up. I noodled away with it for a little bit, and then I hit record. That was the thing that I thought sounded best when I played it on the first day. I've spent a couple of weeks with this guitar since, and I did make a couple of out-of-the-box clips, which you will hear in a little bit, where I'm just kind of noodling over backing tracks. And then I'll just kind of go over some of the features on here. 2 humbuckers, you've got a master volume, a master tone control, and you've got these little 2-way switches on here, which hopefully you can see, which let you tap the pickups individually. You've got a 3-way switch, and then kind of classic PRS stuff on here. I really like this dark piece of rosewood they've chosen for the fretboard. You've got bird style inlays. You've got a very tidy looking piece of mahogany for the back and the neck, and then you've got this SE style maple cap or veneer or whatever it is on here. What I want to do to get started is just let you hear the dynamic range you can get out of this guitar using the volume and the tone controls on the instrument. I'm using a fuzz here into my Axe FX 3 and just letting you kind of see and hear what happens as you kind of roll through the ranges on here. One thing that I have found in the past with these kind of budget inclined guitars is that the pickups and especially the electronics are very much an all or nothing kind of thing. And I don't think that's the case here. So check it out. Next up, I'm going to let you hear the pickup combinations in isolation with the same kind of like cleanish edge of breakup sound. We'll start on the bridge humbucker. I'll go to both humbuckers on neck humbucker, and then I will tap both pickups so you can hear those combinations in there. What's interesting about this guitar is I could have something like the neck single coil with the bridge humbucker on. Let's have a listen to what both single coils sound like, and then I'll bring the bridge humbucker in. So middle position, both tapped, and then I will untap the bridge. This is a really cool sound. It is a little bit kind of sparkly sounding, so I would probably back the tone control off to about 6 or 7 with that. And that combo is actually really interesting, going for like a kind of Thai table Dogman style sound. I'll let you hear just the bridge humbucker, and then I'll flick to the middle position where it's bridge humbucker and neck single coil. And apologies to all of the Dogman fans out there. I know that Over My Head was not on Dogman, but it's just that kind of tone. That's what it makes me think of. Let's hear another clip of this guitar. Again, just going for some wild lead stuff. Then we will hear a side-by-side comparison with my green Custom 24. What I'm going to do in this next clip is just compare a kind of funk tone, a rock and roll tone, a super chunky tone, and a lead tone side by side with this guitar and my green Custom 24. The Custom 24 is from around 2002, and I have put a Seymour Duncan JB and Jazz pickup set in there. It's also set up exactly the way I like it, whereas this is straight out of the box. So this will kind of be interesting. The main thing here is I just want to show you where they differ and also how similar they kind of sound. Because I think one thing that you'll probably see is people say like, this isn't a real PRS. I don't even know what that means, but I just want to show you that, yeah, they're kind of ballpark, even though they are different instruments. basically with that clip, I wanted to demonstrate that this guitar passes the smell test. You know, it doesn't exactly feel or sound 100% like my core Custom 24. I've changed the pickups in that guitar and I've had it plecked and set up 100% to my preference, whereas this is stock out of the box. I didn't really expect them to sound the same, but they do kind of get into that kind of ballpark area. I would even say that the fact that this lets you split the coils individually on each pickup kind of interests me a little bit more than that 5-way setup or the McCarty style wiring with like a push-pull control. So on the McCarty style wiring, of course, you would tap both pickups at the same time. On the 5-way, you're getting different combinations of parallel coils. So I actually kind of preferred what I could do with the clean sounds, especially that kind of spanky funk thing on this guitar. And it was very close with the kind of chunky stuff. Very differently voiced pickups though for that kind of mid-gain, what I consider mid-gain. A lot of people would consider that high-gain rock and roll stuff, where I just like the way a JB sounds, which is why I've got it in that green guitar. But otherwise, yeah, kind of passes the smell test. If I was going to take this guitar and gig it, there are a few things that I would change, and I would immediately change the setup. The action on this, I would consider probably like a medium to low action. I do like a very low action on this, so I would probably just take it to my buddy Tim at MT Guitars and say, hey, pleck this, you know the setup that I like, make it happen. I would probably swap the tuners out for a set of locking tuners. That is just something that I do on every single guitar. And I would probably slap a JB and a jazz set in here so that it sounds even closer to my main Custom 24. I could definitely live with these pickups though, and I would probably keep that wiring scheme on there. The neck definitely feels like a PRS Custom 24 style neck on there. There were no issues with the fretting or anything else like that. And I kind of wanted this video to be more about the tones anyways. So if somebody comes to me and says, hey, Leon, what do you think of the PRS SE guitars based on the 2 samples that I've actually had some time with, like in the studio in my kind of setting, and it's not just playing somebody else's guitar or playing a guitar in the shop, I wouldn't hesitate to say they're really fine instruments. You know, they just kind of feel like solid gig-worthy guitars. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Again, a big thank you to Matt at Electric Factory for letting me loan these 2 guitars. You will see and hear a little bit more with them in the near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.